Hello and welcome, one and all, as we continue Netflix's live-action adaptation of One Piece. I said that we wouldn't be doing so unless the episode 1 reaction performed well, and performed well it did. While the viewer retention is currently looking pretty bad, the overall views, likes, and watch time seem pretty good, so here we are. Real quick before we get into it, both on YouTube and Patreon, I mentioned a bunch of things that I enjoyed and thought the show did well in the first episode, but I believe that one thing I neglected to mention at all was the camera angles. From close-ups on character faces to traveling and panning shots of locations to cutting between characters within a scene, as well as just transitioning from each scene to the next. The show's camera work thus far has been yet another commendable aspect that it has demonstrated. And here's the thing, as long as this show keeps being this good, I will continue heaping praise upon it. With all that said, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's see if episode 2 can continue to be deserving of such high praise. Okay, we are, starting with something silly in the past, it seems. And he missed.
Can't you practice somewhere else? Not the chair I'm worried about.
So it seems he started his silly little naming conventions like as soon as he got his abilities.
There's a reason they call devil fruits.
Why does she know so much about them? Is this like common knowledge that he's just not familiar with because he's a kid, or is it because she's associated with Shanks that she knows so much?
Shanks' treasure, and I ate it, so it makes me worth more.
That's some very interesting kid logic, honestly.
So lunchtime?
And now we're back to the present. And they are trying to open this safe. Luffy? What are you doing?
Not do that.
Sorry. It's hard to sit still.
That checks out.
I know. Absolute silence.
The ADHD won't let him. Luffy, please.
Is it open yet?
Smack him.
And can you please give me some quiet and some space?
Oh no, the hat.
Need to knock it off. I'm trying to take a nap.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we interrupting your beauty sleep?
Yes.
Don't like what you see? Look away.
You did it.
Kuro. Don't think I didn't see that wanted poster. It was kind of the only thing that I did see, actually.
It's knowledge.
I like how they have new outfits, by the way.
Grand Line.
It's Gold Roger's treasure. He hid it somewhere in the Grand Line. All in one piece.
It's a myth.
I thought I heard something happening in the background.
Kind of.
What? Oh. By virtue of this being live action, it feels a lot more grounded and like realistic than the anime would, just kind of by its nature, right? And then something like that happens. And you're like, "Oh yeah, no, this is kind of a crazy fantastical world and environment we've got going on here, isn't it?"
No.
Ow.
No, we didn't. It's a safe place.
Ew.
I like how even Luffy had the awareness to not be too loud about that, because like they don't know if there are people standing right outside listening to what they're saying right now.
We're fine.
Pirates are easier to kill.
Oh, wow.
Say not every situation can be solved with violence.
Who the hell's Shanks?
We don't need to fight.
I mean, fair question.
I can talk to them. Pirate to pirate.
You're gonna try to propose a plan and use that as your premise.
Yes?
I think they're right to question your premise.
Stretchy guy in a tattered hat.
I'm a different kind of pirate.
Pirates are pirates. There's only one kind.
Amazing. Amazing way to kind of visually deconstruct that belief she just put forth. There's only one kind of pirate, as they show us circus performers, who are also pirates, presumably. Presumably.
Stop clapping! No! Stop! It's all wrong! Spotlight was late.
Is it?
You completely missed my entrance. And where, oh where, was the dancing lion? know you. I saw your wanted poster in Shellstown. You're the clown guy. Binky, right? Buggy. You have a lot of names. I bet everyone in the East Blue knows who you are.
What did you just say?
Just that everyone knows who you are. Knows!
Oh my word.
Are you making fun of my nose?
Well,
I wasn't.
now that you mention it, is that thing for real?
What's real is
This has been a great character introduction.
who stole it from right out under my nose. No! It's in my head now!
Great.
Nobody.
Greatly executing on this character right now.
Now that's funny.
This is such a cool shtick where they're in the circus tent and they've got the audience because he needs this to be a show.
Don't make me laugh.
I said don't make me laugh. All right, listen up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a celebrity in our midst.
Too bad I hate sharing the
Cue,
spotlight.
cue the oohs and ahs. Where's the sign for oohs and ahs?
Now, maybe we should skip right to the finale.
Wait, what if I have something else to offer you? Something more valuable than the map.
Oh?
What if I give you a new freak for your crew? A
She about to-
rare talent, the most spectacular act in all of the East Blue, besides you, of course.
She about to offer up Luffy as the rubber man? He's gonna, yup. And she is gone. Clever and quick. But now what?
What did you do to their town? You destroyed everything!
Not everything.
Left a tent.
I let them keep their hands.
Ugh.
Okay.
Although, actually, he probably brought the tent with him. That's probably part of their supplies.
What was it you said, Rubber Boy? That it was in a safe place?
They were listening.
I'm so
Yep.
surprised. I've got eyes and ears everywhere.
I remember Buggy's devil fruit, by the way. Like, I wonder if he literally had an ear in the cage with them.
We're gonna have a chat.
Cadet. Oh wait, is this Kobe? He's a Marine. Wait, was that Nami's poor victim tied up in the yard?
They saw my axe, they ran off in fear. Was that before or after you let them steal a map to the Grand Line?
Yeah, maybe careful how much you try to talk yourself up, Morgan.
And opted for the welfare, my Marines. It's a good thing they had you at the helm.
Garp seems very clearly unimpressed. What is with his little hat, by the way? It's almost hard to take him seriously. I'm just looking at the little doggy hat.
Saw a town, or what was left of one after Buggy destroyed
And
it.
you were so stunned that you got caught lacking.
You have a lockpick.
I have 4 lockpicks. Clowns only found 3.
Nicely done. Wow,
Because pain leads to art.
that's a harmful mentality.
You wouldn't last 5 minutes in the Grand Line.
You might be right.
I'm gonna be king.
Kid might be naive, but he told you he's gonna be king of the pirates, so of course he wants the map to go to the Grand Line. Oh! Ow.
You can stretch me all you want. I can do this all day.
Nah, you've got to have a limit.
I'm not asking the right questions. We need to go deeper, get you out of your comfort zone.
That's gonna lead to a flashback, isn't it?
A boy want to grow up to be king of the pirates. I used to know a pirate that wore a hat just like this.
Oh, okay.
Red-haired Shanks. Did Shanks betray you too?
Don't talk about him that way.
Now we are finally getting to the truth. Stretch him until he breaks.
Please, don't make me do this.
With a no!
You've destroyed our town.
Oh, this guy's
Innocent
dead.
Prisoners. Isn't that enough?
This guy's dead.
Well, maybe you'd prefer it if I threw one of your constituents on the rack instead. Hey, kid! You want to get tall fast?
Jeez.
Boogie.
Boogie.
It's Buggy!
Did you not want to try this sooner, Luffy? Ew. What a great way to introduce what his ability is.
Hi. Well. Looks like we have something else in common.
Go. Oh. Lights out. Yo, his character is amazing. The obsession with putting on a show, with being in the spotlight, the way that he was psychologically interrogating Luffy there to try to figure out, you know, the whole like, I'm not asking the right questions. Like, such a well-written character. Like, Buggy's looking great at the moment. Fantastic character, fantastic antagonist.
Remember me? No. Must be some other
No.
homicidal unicycle riding clown.
Should I?
I've been thinking about you for years.
Yeah? Is that why you put green streaks in your hair to remind yourself of him? Uh-oh.
I'm still not ringing the bell.
There you go, Zoro. Ew. I could have gone with less detail on the snails. Jeez.
I will have you hanging on one of those crosses out in the yard.
Said very casually. There's a weird kind of soft eccentricity to Garp's behavior.
You with the Marines. Do you owe him any allegiance?
Answer the question truthfully.
Pirates should face justice.
Good.
That seemed like a sidestep, if anything.
Then we'll find him together.
I don't feel like Kobe has upgraded his situation significantly, if I'm being honest. His newly found Marine status is better than being a captive on Alvida's ship, but I feel like not better than going with Luffy, or even just kind of being a civilian, just kind of going and doing.
You're not welcome here. We made a fool out of shit.
Luffy?
You said something, Brett. You want to talk like a man. You better be ready to back it up.
Questionable decision, little man.
Let me go.
See, this is what I was saying last episode, like, see, like, you let this guy do what he wants, and he's just gonna keep being a problem.
You can spill a drink on me and I'll let it slide. But don't you ever threaten my friends.
Okay, you gonna actually do something now, Shanks? Shanks' crew ain't even taking this seriously. Oh, okay. Yes, up. I really feel like this is such a casual beatdown. Where's the head guy? He not get any kind of special,
Where's Luffy?
Oh, that's why we didn't see the head guy. Luffy and him were right in front of you, Shanks. How'd you let him just leave like that?
They will come back for me.
No one's coming for you.
I mean,
Chances to turn
honestly,
around happen. If you do,
I don't think he should be assuming they'll come back for him.
Special place on my crew. Just for you. And when I have that map, I will find One Piece. And then everyone will know my name. And they'll love me.
Yeah.
Make people love you.
Just like you can't make them smile.
Oh.
I'll never give you that map.
He's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, what?
There's nowhere you can hide.
How did this happen?
You really think anyone is coming for you?
How did we get to this situation? Like, Shanks, seriously. How did you let this happen? I don't understand.
No one is gonna miss you when you're dead.
What I was saying was, I think it's very interesting that they were, that they demonstrated how just like contact with seawater weakens the devil fruit users. It's not just that they sink. As far as from what I remember from my experiences with the anime, like the devil's fruit basically just means that like you can't swim. You sink in water. You are dead weight basically. Something that I know all too well personally because I am a very dense individual. I sink in the water. So I think it's very cool that they're showing a bit more depth to the repercussion of consuming a devil's fruit. That's really cool. Also, what the heck is going on? Like, what is this sea beast nonsense that's happening? Lucky question mark? Thanks for the assist. Now please leave. Shanks, what do you first of all, how did you get here? You seem to be without crew.
Get lost.
What? Huh? Oh, okay. Huh. Also, I feel like... Did he lose an arm? Is that what... I feel like the camera's been kind of... Yeah. More good use of camera angles and stuff. They did a good job of kind of... And also just character positioning in the scene. They did a good job of kind of hiding that well enough that you weren't sure that it happened.
You really don't fear death, do you? No, just don't fear you. You know, I'm gonna enjoy this.
No.
As soon as Captain Buggy's finished with you, you're mine.
You now have
As that sounds, I'm not sick
a little blade near one of his hands and near his mouth. You are so done. Oh, you have multiple blades near his mouth.
Don't turn around.
You're lucky all he's doing is choking you out, bud. Nicely done.
They're not coming.
Oh, they've been disposed of off-screen. Rip. This will be curious to see. I wonder... There's no way he's going to, like, immediately recover, right? Nah. My hat. Zoro? Nami? What are you doing right now? I wonder if there's enough seawater on Buggy to be causing him issues at the moment. I feel like we're about to find out. Bad match, Zoro. So many little pieces. And just the ever-present laughter, great. Oh, that's a lot of force. Jeez. The sound effects of him, of his body parts rejoining each other.
Right after I tear apart your sad excuse for a crew.
You can dump seawater on me, and I'll let it slide.
Nice. But don't... Come on, let's...
Don't you ever threaten my friends.
There you go, Luffy. Way to inherit the spirit of Shanks.
Want to die first.
The morals that he tried to instill with you, you are now acting on. Well played, little man. Ooh, slick. Okay, so it seems like the seawater didn't have too much of a lasting effect on him. Ah, rip. Ow! I was wondering if Zoro was going to start piercing the pieces instead of trying to slash them, but...
One Piece will never be yours. You're just a sad, lonely little boy wearing another man's hat.
So ridiculous looking!
I'm Monkey D. Luffy, and I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
It's like Zoro said. He believes in himself. He's confident in himself. He knows who he is. Whew. Okay, but where's the map, though? Ah, there it is. Okay. He dropped it at some point. Good, good, good. As for this town...
You are new captors.
What?
What?
You're a pirate, aren't you?
I'm a different kind of pirate.
Nice, and we get to bring that back around from towards the beginning of the episode too, with Nami recognizing that maybe she was wrong. Maybe he really is a different kind of pirate. Very effectively showing the character development, even this early on in the show.
But their leadership has.
Oh my word!
But we cannot win if we do not take away their dreams.
Wow, that sounds really bad out of context, doesn't it?
Personally leading a mission for honor, for justice, for the Marines.
Kobe is very conflicted, I feel. I feel like his whole journey is going to be trying to wrestle with what's right and wrong and what society says is right and wrong. Do they need it more than you do? Do you guys have food? That's a little boat, and I can't imagine it has too many provisions on it. And you definitely, like, left Shellstown before...
Maybe just a snack.
There you go, Luffy. Y'all definitely left Shellstown before you could, like, stock up on, you know, food and any other kind of supplies, I imagine, so... Hopefully they hit another port in the near future. Otherwise, I imagine they're going to be struggling a bit. I still want to know how Shanks let that kid get kidnapped. That doesn't check out to me.
I'm not ready.
The beginnings of growth.
When I ain't ready.
This hat's the most precious thing I own. It means the world to me. And I want you to take it.
That's probably a story in its own right.
I'll be our promise.
I may not agree with the way that Shanks initially handled the jerk at the bar, but he's definitely a good mentor. Luffy ate an incredibly valuable treasure and caused Shanks to lose an arm, all in the span of what, like a week or two maybe? And like, he's not angry with Luffy, he still supports the kid and his newfound dreams, and yeah, it's nice to see. Heart's in the right place, if nothing else.
Every day gonna be this crazy with you.
Would that make you more or less inclined to join the crew?
Shanks always said that if the path to what you want seems too easy, then you're on the wrong path.
Another thing I'm not necessarily sure if I agree with him about.
This guy sounds alright.
Next stop, the Grand Line.
Maybe a couple stops along the way. Just maybe. What kind of plotting are you doing, Nami? What is this? Huh?
It's me. You can tell him I have the map.
Ah! The betrayal! I'll be honest, I actually don't really remember what's going on there. I think maybe... Is she under Arlong's thumb? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, y'all, so that was another good episode, I have to say. I feel like, in a sense, not too much happened, just because if you look at, like, where our group, our trio, at the moment, was at the beginning of this episode versus where they are at the end of this episode, they're kind of in the same place, right? They have this map of the Grand Line, and they want to start heading towards the Grand Line. They want to start making their way towards the Grand Line, putting aside for a moment Nami's unspoken motive. But they're kind of doing the same thing. It's just that over the course of this episode, we got some more time put towards establishing the dynamic between the characters, as well as just kind of showing us generally what their values are, what their beliefs are, that sort of thing. And to that end, we also got, I want to say, the rest of the flashbacks with young Luffy and Shanks. The way that kind of progressed throughout the episode, I feel like we're not going to get too many more, if any more, flashback stuff for the remainder of the season, which is good. But obviously, it's not like nothing happened this episode. We got introduced to Buggy the Clown properly, I would say, because obviously we saw him briefly at the end of last episode. And my word, he is a shining example of what I was saying last episode, with just how these actors were so well cast, and they have been, by and large, just killing it with their performances. Like, this was a really good showing. This was a really good showing for not our first antagonist, because obviously Axan Morgan was our antagonist in the last episode, but a really good showing for setting up what Luffy and the gang are kind of heading into. Because this introduction we got to Buggy shows us that there are other pirates who are seeking the One Piece. There are other pirates who have devil fruit powers. And also kind of very directly showing or reminding us that there are other pirates who are maybe not the greatest of people. Like, again, Luffy is a different kind of pirate. He told that to Kobe in last episode. He told that to Nami in this episode. He told that to the people they saved in this episode, the town that Buggy and his crew kind of destroyed. Like, showing us Buggy and his crew and what they were doing helps to make it clear to the audience that, like, pirates aren't just good guys. Like, this isn't a story of, like, misunderstood sides where society thinks, oh, pirates bad, Marines good, but the real truth is that pirates are just good guys being adventuring and having fun, and the Marines are terrible people out to control everything. And, like, there's a little bit of that, sure, but there's no black and white dichotomy being presented to us here. It's like Luffy said, again, like Luffy said to Kobe in last episode. If there are good pirates and bad pirates, then there are good pirates, or then there are good Marines and bad Marines. And showing us bad pirates with Buggy and crew helps the audience realize that, like, oh yeah, like, if Luffy is going on this adventure, not only is he going to encounter confrontations with Marines, but he's also probably going to encounter bad pirates whose interests conflict with his own. And yeah, it's just really good setup overall. It was not only some really good character stuff, but it also just did really good setup for the story and the world, and a lot of good stuff this episode. A lot of good stuff in this episode. All this to say that I'm still very much enjoying the show. I don't know if it was necessarily as obvious on my face or in my reaction that I was having fun with the episode. I hope it was. But just in case it wasn't, I do want to make it clear that I'm still very much enjoying the show. I intend to continue the series for at least another episode or two. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting watching, all that good stuff. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. But until I see you in the next one, take care. Bye-bye.